Somebody let me know when I'm live. Let's see. Everything you have is true. It's a little too late. Back. Greetings, salutations. I guess I'm live. Oh, I guess I'm live. Let's see. If you thought I would wait. Greetings, salutations. There we go. Yeah. Here and at home. Jay is at home for a change. He's not working like a Hebrew slave tonight. Thank you. Thank you. I am humbled and honored. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings, salutations. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about we're gonna get to a case that I have been wanting to talk about. I just have to have, me, I needed more information before I talked about it. And I think I have all the information I need to talk about it. How you all doing? How you all doing tonight? The boss and Bella. Yeah, uh, Bella. Bella's back here somewhere. Let's see. Let's see. She's right here. She's right here. I wonder if I jump. I wonder how good this face tracking technology is. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Kyron Lacey situation. I can't call it a case because he's dead. We're going to talk about that. We're going to watch some videos on that also. Um, so that's the plan for the night. How are you all doing? Give y'all some chance time to catch up. Yes, I am live on the GCPR network, live on the YouTube channel, and live right here. So, yeah, before Reese gets in, about to check the other app. Thank you, nephew of mine. Sound and video on the other app is good, 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 good. Yeah, that way. I just put it up there to record it. Yeah. Um, doing fine to Midland. Oh, I haven't heard that one in a while. Haven't heard that one in a while. Fine to Midland. Ah, fair to Midland. Fair to Midland. All right. Fraudulent slip. Um, so what have y'all been up today? Ah, see, let's see. Let's start it off. Let's start it off with your president and what has he said today? Yeah, let's check it out.
Are you concerned about the delays at airports, and how do you see the shutdown moving?
Oh, sure. I mean, they're all
It's
Democrat delays. There are delays at the airport. That's standard. And again, this is something that every day we put forth a bill. It's just a continuation. It's a very simple thing to sign and very simple to do. And I really think that these are people that I think they have nothing to lose. They have a party that's out of control. They have no leader. Nobody knows who the leader is. I look at people with very low IQs like Crockett, this woman Crockett. I never met her, but she's a low IQ individual. I look at AOC talking about how if they want to negotiate, they can come to my office. She's not in that position to do that. And who the hell is she to say that? And then I watch Nancy Pelosi not knowing what to do. I watch.
yeah, our president. Airports are going to start closing more and more often. And if you all remember the last government shutdown under his previous administration that lasted for 34 days, one of the things that actually got the Republicans to blink was air traffic controllers and airports starting to shut down. Um, that is interesting. And then you all remember after that shutdown, This is how unreliable he is. He signed executive order and a bill saying from now on that furloughed workers would be getting back pay. Right? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the guy with the orange hair saying that? Well, now it seems like that's in question. Yeah, that's in question. I've seen he's backed off of talking about mass firings that wasn't playing well. By the way, introduction. You're listening to Conversations with TNathan, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday through Friday on the GCPR network and across my social medias where you can find the recorded show, either watch it live or you can catch up with any show you miss on YouTube after the show is ended. It will be posted. Now, yeah, I just started talking, then get into the introduction. So there's the introduction to what you all are tuned into and what you're watching. So that was Donald Trump first talking about airports and it's the callousness, callousness of all of the fact that people are not getting paid, myself included. It's the fact that we're not going to government workers not going to be paid, and people that work like with shelters and are not going to get paid because their state is going to use as a justification to say that they're not getting the government funds that they're supposed to be getting to run the programs. But you know that we're still going to do what we do because people are still going to need food. I can't never catch you live anymore because I no longer live in your time zone. You no longer live in my time zone. I'm in the Central Standard Time zone, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm always here, Monday through Friday, even if I'm out of town doing something else. So you can catch me here. And if you miss it, you can catch it on YouTube. The show does post on YouTube. I'm just leaning into talking about other platforms because TikTok is going to limit my reach and say I was doing it anyway. So let's do it. I don't live in this. Oh, you're in Vegas now? Nancy, stop. Be nice. Oh, be nice. So Trump doesn't care. And I'm going to use this other segue I have because I want to talk about what has the Republican men he won't be on at 10. What do you mean? What do you mean, Jay? What do you mean? I am crushed. I'm going home to Cleveland to visit soon. Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to get into the segue. I'm using the segue because he's talking about Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, right? And she has men in an uproar on both sides of the aisles, and I think it's funny. So I want to play this clip before we get into the Kyron story. I want to play this clip, and I want you to tell me who do you think she's talking to, and why am I not upset? Let's get it. Why am I not upset?
is that they are scrapping and grasping at straws because they have nothing else. Laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10", and he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible. Like, laugh at them. Laugh at them. Yes, they are dangerous. Yes, we're here to be strong for one another. We need to expose the lies. We need to never let off the gas when it comes to protecting one another, exposing the lies, documenting things. We're seeing this too, right? And so I think it's very important to be able to hold multiple things at once. And we've seen this work in other cultures. We've seen this work in other countries. Yes, the resistance to authoritarianism is very real. The risks of abuse of power are very real. But one of the most powerful cultural things that you can do to a political movement that is predicated on the puffery of insecure masculinity. That's what this is about. This isn't, people talk about toxic masculinity. More than it, like, let's put that to the side for just 1 second. This is about insecure masculinity. And one of the best ways that you can dismantle a movement of insecure men is by making fun of them. By having secure men who aren't afraid of successful people around them, who are good dads, who have strong values, also participating in that as well. So, like, that's what I have for that. And also someone said, short kings are great. Absolutely. I'm not here. I want to absolutely make sure that I talk about that. I'm not here to make fun of anyone's anything, but the way people overcompensate over their own stories is what I'm talking about there. So thank you for the clarification. I appreciate that. Shout out to our short kings. Someone said not short king, short troll. That's correct. There's a difference.
Okay, first of all, I'm 6'4", so I don't know what you're talking about. But I think it is so funny. I think to watch these the men that she's talking about are the very, when you remember your grandmother telling you a hit dog would holler. The people that I see going in on this video, and I'm looking at them like, oh, so you felt attacked, you got hit. Okay, because there's no way that I heard her talk about me in that video. I don't know what insecure masculinity is for myself. I know what it's like to see it in others, and it's the ones that responded to that video talking about, oh, she's insulting our masculinity, and that's the problem now. It's like, yeah, you sound like some weak ass bitches to me, but I digress. I digress. So I thought that was funny. That was my take on that. I just thought that was hilarious, and that we needed to. I wanted to take a minute to laugh at that and laugh at them and their toxic, their weak masculinity. So let's get to tonight's topic. And Lady Scorpio, I was just in Cleveland at Delta State in March. I was just there in March, and I also have friends there that I've been updating about the Trey Reed. And if you follow me, you've seen my updates on the Trey Reed situation. And speaking of suicide, we're going to segue into this story that I find disturbing about this young man, Tyron Lacey. In December of last year, Kyron Lacey was accused of being in an accident that led to the death of a 78-year-old man in Louisiana. Um, yeah, they accused him of causing the accident. And in April, this young man was going to the draft. He was all set up to go to the draft. Um, and yeah, that derailed him. That derailed him. He wound up getting into uh, a high-speed chase in April of this year with police, and wherein he um, died from a self-inflicted bullet wound. Yeah, all because of something that happened. Um, let's get into some of this. All right, let's start here.
Well, tonight, former LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey turned himself in on charges related to a hit and run that killed a man. Lacey declared for the draft after graduating in December. Now he could be charged with negligent homicide. Good evening and thanks so much for watching. I'm Whitney Miller. Lacey bonded out of jail less than 2 hours after turning himself in. We were the only news outlet there as he arrived at the Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office. You can see him enter the building and speak with several state troopers, then get led to the back. The crash happened last month in Jack Bay. State police say a Dodge Charger was driving southbound on Highway 20. The driver sped up and crossed into the northbound side to pass multiple cars in front of them. Even though though it was a no passing lane. A car in the northbound lane stopped to avoid being hit, which caused the car behind them to swerve and hit another vehicle head on. The Charger sped off, and 3 people from 2 of those cars were taken to the hospital. One 78-year-old man, Herman Hall, died not long after. Investigators identified the Charger as belonging to Kyron Lacey. State police issued an arrest warrant for him, and tonight he turned himself in. Authorities tell us he faces charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation.
Now, you all heard that, right? That was the story that they said at the beginning, that he caused the accident because he passed the man and the man was forced to um, brake and therefore causing the accident that led to the death of one person, right? Y'all heard that. Did you all hear that? Anybody didn't hear that? Did you hear that? Well, I'm gonna get into the next story they're telling now before I come back. We're gonna come back. Before I get into the lawyer statement, I want to share with you the story they because it's nothing like a, a story that transforms as you go. So we're gonna go, and I'm gonna tell you what inspired this next story. Um, Kyrie's lawyer. This is what the sheriff's department is saying at this time.
I'm Colonel Robert Hodges, Superintendent of Louisiana State Police. You're about to view a critical incident briefing video that is intended to give the community a better understanding of the incident that occurred. The video is inclusive of evidence related to the incident, which may include 911 calls, body-worn camera footage, and other relevant information. As this comprehensive investigation develops, our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. The Department's ability to investigate these incidents relies on the impartial and transparent investigations, as well as considering the potential criminal responsibility of those involved.
On Tuesday, December
Now, just to start, that was a lot, right? For a dead man, right? That's a lot. They have released this, tried to refute what the lawyer has put out now. So understand that. Anybody else found that so strange? You say it's still under the investigation. This accident happened in December of 2024. But did you hear how they're spinning it right now? Kyrie has been dead. Kyron has been dead since April.
17th, 2024, Louisiana State Police Troop C began investigating a fatal crash.
And I want you to look at something, right? They're gonna take a lot of time in this video showing you Google Earth views, and just watch. But I'm also think everybody involved with this needs to be. Well, I'm gonna let you watch it, then we're gonna come back and
That occurred on
talk
LA
about it.
20 near Perez Lane and Chack Bay, located in Lafourche Parish. This investigative briefing has been prepared to provide clarification of the facts and an accurate depiction of the evidence in the moments leading up to the crash and the subsequent investigation. Due to differences in technology, the timestamps on the business surveillance footage may not align with the actual time data recorded by Louisiana State Police based on recorded radio communications. According to the video timestamp, at 12:03 p.m. and 52 seconds, a green Dodge Charger is seen traveling south in the opposing lane on LA 20 at a high rate of speed, passing 3 passenger vehicles and 1 loaded 18-wheeler in a designated no passing zone with a 40-mile-per-hour posted speed limit. As the green Dodge Charger returns to the southbound lane, aggressive braking and engine deceleration are immediately followed by a crash that can be heard on the surveillance footage.
All right, now what? Look now. This is their own evidence. Look.
According to the video timestamp, at 12:03 p.m. and 54 seconds, a portion of the crash can be seen as it
Oh,
occurs. Moments before the crash, the gold pickup truck.
now y'all see the crash, right? Y'all see the crash. The crash is in front. The green Charger right here is a Charger that the young man was driving. Y'all see that? You see, yeah, yeah. You see that, right? Do you all see the green Charger? Is this an interactive? Am I at that? I got that big of a lag time. This is why I'll be wondering sometimes. TikTok is just restricting, restricting. Greetings, nephew. Um, yeah, you gotta wait till after this, after I finish here. All right, so we see the crash. The crash is way up there. You see the green Charger. All right, just making sure. I need interaction sometimes because I need to
Truck abruptly
type it.
veers out of the northbound lane into a business, while the green Charger is approaching in the same lane. Immediately after the crash occurred, the green Charger was observed on surveillance video and by witnesses traveling through the crash scene and continues north on LA 20, failing to stop. At the same time, all other vehicles remain at the scene to provide assistance.
Why he got to stop? He didn't cause the crash. What? He didn't cause the crash. It was it was in that lane. He went around it and it didn't hit nobody. Why he got to stop? How many times I've seen accident? Well, I wasn't driving, but this is something that motivates me. Some children or somebody I see can't help them, I'll get out then. But why he got to stop? You notice now they're saying he. You remember in the first video they said that he caused this accident. Now this is that. But then they say he passed them first. Make it make sense, Jay Boogie. Make it make sense.
The briefing will now transition to the trooper's response and investigation. At 12 o'clock p.m., a two-vehicle injury crash with road blockage was dispatched to Louisiana State Police Troop C via the 911 dispatch system.
Now, this is where it gets even more interesting, right? We see the evidence that he did not cause this crash. Now, watch how they listen. The way they're about to spin this young man being responsible for this crash, this is their own evidence. This is evidence that they claim justifies why they charged him with vehicular homicide, right? This is the evidence. He is not, his car was not damaged. He didn't damage anybody else's car. But this is why this young man was. Listen.
The responding trooper arrived on the scene at 12:07 p.m. and was immediately met by numerous witnesses who described a green Charger driving aggressively and causing the crash. The video has been edited for time purposes.
Region 2, be advised, we got total road blockage on LA 20.
If you get a chance, can you advise code of injury?
No, he doesn't. Nancy, he can't have any of those. He's dead. Kyron is dead. All right, he doesn't need any of. The lawyer he has did an amazing job for him after he was dead. Don't take this wrong. I'm tired of being Crump being dependent on to do everything. No, the lawyer he has is the reason we have the new evidence we have now. This man did his job.
Civil.
It's a natural instinct to turn and then she had no head on.
Now look at this crash. Look at this crash site, right? Do you think if he could have caused this crash, he was just gonna drive away? He just gonna drive away? Look at this crash.
This is still green charger.
Now listen to this. Now listen to this part.
They're flying that way. A green charger, they're going that way.
There was a green charger.
That's the green charger that
caused all this.
SRT8, he caused all that. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir. I'm driving 18 wheels.
The green charger collided with these cars?
He
Went right
He
between.
went around
right
that
between-
truck, okay?
He was passing up
coming
when
this
he
way.
was
her right now?
And she had no choice. If she hits the pole,
What's-
she gets this.
How are the injuries? What
She
are they?
got a broken
She got a
ankle.
broken ankle,
and
yeah.
Them two
those
are
two are coming
complaining
up.
of back injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was on the
So
phone when
2 back injuries, 1 broken ankle.
Yeah.
I'm not.
At least.
I just told him not to move. You know what I'm saying? Me being
yeah.
my
You said something about a green Charger. Who told you something about a green Charger?
I'm down 18 wheeler right there, sir.
Okay, so you saw
I
it.
saw
So
it.
what did you see happen?
He went to pass him. I say when he went to pass me cars back there. He was back there around around the curve. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hey. He come down, right? When he come down, I got Mr. He had his brother that he was taken to the emergency room, to the hospital or something like that, chemo or something like that. But I got his number also to verify this, because he was a car that was in front of her. When that green Charger came, he went caused this whole big traffic, so everybody went to hitting brakes because the Charger, I thought he was hitting the gold truck head on. So he jammed on brakes. She was coming down. They was going that way. When
Which way was the Charger going? The Charger.
No, Charger going this way.
Charger's going this way. Okay.
She was coming this way.
Okay.
They was going this way also. Mr. jammed on brakes. She went to dodge Mr. And that's when she came on.
I was watching. I was by the gas
She hit him, on the left side. She come over and hit him.
Which 18 wheel were you driving?
The red one. Right there.
So the Charger, I guess, passed you up.
The Charger D-line. It was cars behind me because I'm taking my time.
And the Charger was passing all these cars in this
everybody.
lane. And so almost hit this one head on.
No, he almost hit this. It was a gold truck. I got his number right here. That's why I took his number and his name.
Almost hit the gold truck head on.
Yeah, that's his number and phone number and name.
So the gold truck, what did the gold truck do?
The gold truck in this area right here.
The gold truck slams on his brakes.
Slams on brakes to stop the Charger. The Charger swerves back in.
Okay.
And cut somebody else off, whoever was behind them.
Okay.
They slammed on. They was no. The Charger he swerved in front of them. They slammed on brakes, and by this time, Mr. he slips through, right?
Right.
Okay. As he slips through, she's coming. She like to round the back of the gold truck. That's what I'm saying.
She almost hit the back of Mr.
Yeah, Mr.
Was Mr. truck hit?
No. He was missed.
Okay. So the truck, Mr. He slammed on it.
In other words, it was right up. The gold truck was right up there.
Right. Yeah. He slams on his brakes to avoid the Charger.
Yeah.
This car,
what? Cuts that car off, if I'm not mistaken.
So what does this car do? It just swerves out the way to avoid.
So because I was watching it too.
She turned the wrong way. Yeah. Instead of going towards the post, she turned this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so she turned this way, and then this car was just coming.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. And then the Charger came around.
I'm glad y'all got it.
That was in the gold truck.
Okay.
Charger passed in between the
The
mailbox and the
Charger
car.
stopped.
I took that because he was leaving, but
Okay.
And see what happened, the Charger had stopped.
Is a green Charger?
Yeah. But then when he seen what happened, he almost hit me because he came right here. And kept going.
He was the only one that that jumped out of the traffic. Everybody else turned around went the other way. He jumped out of the traffic, eased through here, and went on down the road.
Okay.
He got on down.
Okay. Look, I know it's hurting right now, but do you think you could just tell me briefly what happened? Or do you remember?
I just know the truck was stopping the brakes. The other car was trying to pass the other car. I was trying to dodge by not hitting them by coming around.
Okay. Do you remember how fast you were going?
The speed limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
39.
Thank you.
While on scene, the investigating trooper obtained written and recorded statements. The trooper also spoke with additional witnesses via phone and ultimately obtained written statements later in the investigation. After the crash, the passenger in the Kia Sorento died. As part of the continued investigation, the investigating trooper made contact with the driver of the gold truck at a later date to obtain an official written statement based on previous conversations. Troopers also received an additional witness statement describing the erratic driving behavior of the green Charger 10 minutes before the crash. Following the on-scene investigation, troopers identified the green Charger as a vehicle of interest and utilized 21...
Look at this. I want you all, listen. I want you, listen. Look at this. I remember the video. Now look at this. Video Fatal crash drawing. Yeah.
Separate surveillance video cameras to capture the uninterrupted path of the green Charger from the crash scene to its Thibodeau business 11 miles away. Through the use of investigative tools, troopers were able to obtain the license plate number of the green Charger on December 19, 2024. On December 26, 2024, troopers determined that Kyron Lacey was the driver of the green Charger at the time of the crash. Just prior to the crash, Lacey was illegally in the opposing lane, passing southbound vehicles.
Introducing Cash App Afterpay. It's the same buy now, pay later solution for.
The gold truck traveling north veered right to avoid a head-on collision with the green Charger. As the gold truck veered right, the driver of the Kia Cadenza saw the approaching green Charger. In reaction, the Kia Cadenza driver swerved left into the southbound lane and impacted a northbound Kia Sorento. Through the investigation, troopers determined that the driver of the gold truck reacted appropriately to avoid a head-on collision with the green Charger, which was approaching at a high rate of speed. In consideration of the high speed of the green Charger compared to the surrounding and opposing vehicles, the reaction time of the involved drivers was greatly diminished. Since the incident occurred, the Louisiana State Police never reported that the green Charger impacted any of the involved vehicles.
Listen, did you hear that? Listen, this is what I told you. This cleanup act they're trying to do. Now they're saying that we never said. We never. Yeah, shut up, pirate. We never said that he was the crash involved in the crash. What? What? So why you issue an arrest warrant for him for vehicular homicide if he wasn't the one that had the actual crash? Yeah. Louisiana State Police, yes.
However, all evidence collected supports the conclusion.
You hear how listen, did you hear? You hear the crash and you see the green. So you're saying that from 72 yards, 72 feet away, he caused the crash. What was he convicted of? He wasn't convicted of anything. He died. His hopes and dreams of going to the NFL died on this day, and yeah, and he died by a self-inflicted gun wound in April.
Conclusion that Lacey's reckless operation of the green Charger in oncoming traffic triggered the chain of events involving the other drivers, ultimately resulting in the fatal crash. Additionally, troopers determined that less than 10 minutes after the crash occurred, evidence supports that Lacey's first outgoing phone call was to a Baton Rouge area personal injury and defense attorney. After consultation with the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office on January 2, 2025, an arrest warrant was signed on January 8, 2025 through the 17th Judicial Court for Kyron Lacey. In coordination with his attorney, Lacey was arrested on January 12, 2025 at the Lafourche Parish Correctional Center. The driver of the Kia Cadenza was initially issued a citation for following too close, which was later amended to driving left of center. This incident resulted in numerous injuries and loss of life.
Now, I want you to see what they charged him with, right? Listen to how they're talking about it, and let's look at these charges. Charge 1, negligent homicide, a felony. Didn't cause an accident. Now, how do you charge him with that? You charge the gold credenza with being left of center also, right? Y'all heard that. Left of center. That's vehicular homicide. Um, reckless operation, a misdemeanor. And hit and run driving. How do you get to hit and run when you didn't hit anybody? How do you get to charging somebody with hit and run and leaving the scene of an accident that you didn't cause and you didn't hit anybody?
All involved victims deserve a thorough and complete investigation based on all available factual evidence. Additional investigative reports and videos can be utilized through the trend.
Yeah, shut up. We don't care about that. So that is what happened. So even if, oh, by the way, you all remember, support the feeding of those who have been homeless. You all know we have government shutdown. People are not getting paid. We're having to entertain more people that are being food insecure. And I would appreciate your donations to help us help those who are in need of food during this crisis. And we've got more cities to get to. We got to co-drive. So all that, there's 45 of y'all in here. If each one of y'all can donate $5, that would help us greatly. Now, let's go to and this man's lawyer is amazing. Let's go to his lawyer. This is his lawyer.
However, he was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards. Back in his lane, behind Mr. Hall. At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles. That is not how this story was ever painted. Never.
Any part of the district attorney's investigation that talked about Mr. Lacy getting back, I guess we call it, what do you call it, correcting or getting in your proper lane?
Sure, he was back in his proper lane according to their data. This isn't my expert. This is the investigation of the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office. So I'm here simply comparing and contrasting the District Attorney's Office with state police in this matter, their investigations. And in that investigation,
Listen, Tyree is dead at this time, and this lawyer is still fighting to clear his name. Tyron is dead. Not Kyrie. Tyron is dead, and this lawyer still was on the case. That's dedication. This lawyer was still on the case after the man was dead because his client told him he didn't do it. Yeah. So let's get to this video. Let's get to the second video. I want this lawyer.
So look, don't worry about. So look, don't worry about filling any of this top information like your name, address. Don't worry about any of that. Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of that highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. That you just.
All right, me and my wife gonna figure out right quick.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
I ain't skid mark or nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what was happening. That's how she called that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
So, but the charger was coming right at you, correct? And that's why you had to slam on your brake, head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
So y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that. He's telling the man what to say, and make sure you include this. Make sure you include that. Were you all looking at the same video I was looking at? But like I say, this lawyer, phenomenal. This lawyer is phenomenal. I'm sorry.
in that video, you can clearly hear the suggestive nature indicating that I need you to say that you had to slam on your brakes and you had to avoid a charger.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't skid mark or nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what was happening. That's how she called that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast. That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me, and she pulled into the other side.
Y'all heard it. Everybody heard it. Attorneys get too much hate when it's the judges that are enabling misconduct. This attorney, this young man, was phenomenal. Like I said, Kyrie died in April from a self-inflicted gunshot wound after his dreams of going to the NFL crashed down, all because of this accident being put on him. No teams called him to practice after this. No, once he got those charges, no, Turn is dead. And his attorney cares enough to try to clear his name even in death. How many times have you all seen? How many times have you all seen? Uh, Hold on, let's get there. There we go. You all have seen little white boys go scot free for actually being guilty of a crime. How many times? How many times have y'all seen them go free after actually being guilty of a crime? And here we have a young man, a young man that had his future was bright. He was expected to go in the first round, bright future. And this is what happens to him. This is his story. This is how his story ends. His story ends on April day from a self-inflicted gunshot wound because it's just because. And it's like you're listening to it, right? And everybody was blaming him because he wasn't on the scene. See, that's the thing about it. I don't know where they got it from, but how did you blame the man for the accident that was almost 92 feet behind the accident when it occurs? 92 feet. Are we making it make sense? Somebody making it make sense? Somebody make it make sense. I'll wait. I'll wait. I don't know. When I started going into this and I seen it and I was like, what in the hell did we say? What did we say? Oh hell. Jay, check your message. Check your messages, Jay. Um, damn. Anyway. Um, I'll deal with that when I deal with that in a minute. I can't deal with it right now. 'Cause this is it. This is so hard to understand that this young man was doing, and then for everybody just to jump on him. Can you imagine what it's like being a black man in America with a false accusation? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And know that your future is over. Your future is over because of one moment in time that you can never. Yeah, yeah. So on top of that, I want you to look at this now. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind as you look at this video.
What do you have in your hand? Show me your hands. Okay. Stay in the car. Okay, turn around. Place your hands behind your back. What are you doing?
I'm filling up gas can. What
You understand you're holding it like this, like it's a pistol, right?
No, I was showing her to cut the pump on.
Okay, but that's not what it looks like to the motoring public on the roadway.
I was just showing her the thing to let her know to get the gas.
Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I turn around?
Yeah, that's fine.
Man,
Alright. But you understand you're holding it like this and it looks like a handgun, right?
No, I'm trying to let her know to pump the gas, bro.
Okay.
Why you? What the fuck?
I'm sure there's cameras.
Mr. Ruff.
I ain't got nothing to say to you, bro. I ain't did shit and I ain't been detained. I want to go. I don't got nothing to say to you. You know what you did. I don't got no rap for you.
Well, it looks like he's holding a gun.
Man, that don't look like no gun when you see this bitch right here swinging.
I didn't see that, sir.
Man, yeah, you saw what you wanted to see. You saw a motherfucker with tattoos. Why would I be holding a gun like this right here? Hey, who? Man, you saw what you wanted to see.
Okay. So I'm driving down the road, and he's got something black in his hand, and he's moving it like it's a pistol. So I pulled in to investigate what was going on. That's all it was.
Oh yeah, because his pump wasn't on, and he was signaling me that the pump wasn't.
I'm a registered police officer in Alabama. You guys
Now look at the Alabama police officer got to come in. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I noticed him as we were coming up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you saw him with the thing in his hand?
I saw him with the gas pump in his hand, yeah.
Now let me explain something. I should have given you some. This is in Leon County, Florida. Okay, Tallahassee, Quincy is in there. I used to live there. I went to federal prison there. Listen, this is Leon County, Florida. Should give it away. Then the Alabama policeman got to come in and let him know, hey, I'm an Alabama police, you know. But let's look how they look how they're about to try to still make the man guilty of something.
Yeah, his pump wasn't working, and he was signaling me that the gas wasn't on the pump.
Is he causing a problem at y'all's store?
No, he coming here every day faithfully after work. He coming here to get gas and cigarettes.
Black woman to the rescue.
Hey, I don't want to hold the gas pump again. You'll start the gas over there?
Yes, I will.
Hey, what's your name?
Lawler. You'll sign the statement and you'll get a picture of everything he did.
I just said I had done.
It wasn't on the pump, and I thought it was on the pump. I seen him do that, and I was like, oh, his gas not on there. So that's why he was holding it up. He was signaling me.
Because he was holding, it wasn't the gas nozzle, he was holding something else up.
Oh, when I seen him, he was holding the gas pump. He was signaling
the part with the hose.
Yeah.
When I saw him, he didn't have the thing with the hose. He had something else.
Hey man, you gotta stop profiling.
Can you come talk to me for a second? Can you come talk to me for a second?
No, I really don't want to, for real. But you know what you did, and you know you dead ass wrong. You know I ain't had no fucking gun.
Now, two things. One, who in the fuck thinks a gas nozzle is a gun? Why are you all here? That's the thing, first thing. Why Risa got to come in telling me 10-minute warning? She just got here 10 minutes ago herself. Anyway, who thinks that you're literally by your car at the back of, I tell you, when he first pulled up, he thought this was a black man. He thought it was a black man when he pulled up because all those tights and that dark, he thought that was a black man. Then he opened his mouth and he really thought. Then he got, oh, this is a white man. But still, he went in the store. He went in the store and attempted, right, network? He went in the store and still tried to make this man the problem. Why are you asking for my ID? Why are you asking for my ID over you making a mistake? Ah, I just got to notice there's an unlawful discharge of a firearm in my area. As a matter of fact, it's on my street. Unlawful discharge of a firearm is being reported in your area. Can it give me the exact address? I've been here for 30 minutes, but I'm on my iPad. But while I find that out, um, yeah, Gun Famous have a long cable out the back. You fit in the arcade. Nah, just trust me. They better do better than discharging a firearm in my neighborhood to come for me. That's nothing new. Crumb snatchers are secure. They're secure. They're trying to get something to eat. They're trying to get something to eat. And they and I am broke. I just told them I'm broke. I can't get nothing to eat right now. They'll be out. Well, I put famous. It's food in the refrigerator. Yeah, they trying to get me to DoorDash them something. Yeah, it's the new auto filter for my job. Crumb snatchers are secure. Yeah, they're secure. Yeah, they're hungry, but they're secure. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. They should be have their ass in bed anyway. I don't care if tomorrow is what is it called? Teacher when teachers have something to do that day. Yeah. Um, T1000. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I wasn't sitting here online with you all, and I got that, I'd be at the front door right now. They got DoorDash in the refrigerator. Teacher work day. Yeah. They got DoorDash in the refrigerator. DoorDash their ass in the refrigerator. But yeah, yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be all right till I get offline. All right. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Because I got to wrap it up because Reese told me to wrap it up. Also, I want to address one more thing. Um, before, well, well, you got 5 minutes. I want to address this too, right? Um, because I don't understand the need for misinformation. I got a couple of people in here from Mississippi. People have also been following this case, and I want to address it. And in case you missed the video on my page, I made this video today. I'm from Mississippi. I have people that I can contact all around Mississippi at any time to get information. Yeah, the cop was scared, especially when he found out he was white. But Lady Scorpio said something earlier.
Okay. I was going to say it's too early in the morning for
My face
this,
too big in
but
that.
there is never a good time during the day to spread misinformation. Yeah. I see a lot of people on this app are running with rumors and misinformation concerning the second autopsy in connection with the death of 21-year-old Trey Reed. Yeah. Why? Why? And they're either talking about some anonymous source or a source that they can't even verify independently of the source just opening their mouth and saying things. My source, number one, the Mississippi Free Press, a newspaper in Mississippi. The Clarion Ledger, another newspaper in Mississippi. And even BET News has reached out to Ben Crump and the family. This is even the Ben Crump website. And you all know that Ben Crump is one of the lawyers involved in Tay Reeves' investigative case. And they have a whole press release section on that website that you can go and just search for Trey Reeves' name, and it will give you all the information that the office has released at this time in connection with the case. And for those of you all who are circulating this misinformation or unverified information based upon a podcast with Willie D and Crystal Muhammad, I will remind you that nowhere in this video or podcast does Trey Reeves' mother, Sophia, ever make an appearance. This podcast presents no documents in support of any claim it is making. Take note, this new claim being made on that podcast occurred on October the 2nd. You see that, right? And on the afternoon of October the 2nd, the Ben Crump team told the Clarion Ledger that the conclusive autopsy hasn't been finalized and no details would be released until it was. And drop down here, because the Clarion Ledger's attempts and every other reportive source I have quoted in this video attempted to verify Muhammad's statement about the cause of death and condition of Reed's body have been unsuccessful because the autopsy report has not been released. So, I want you to use this video and use the sources I used in this video to ask those people who are running with undocumented, unreliably sourced information and ask them, if their information is so reliable, why hasn't the office of Ben Crump or Angela Jones printed it on their websites or had a press conference discussing it? Yeah. And for closure, once again, Trey Reeves' mother, Sophia, appears nowhere in this podcast video from Willie D talking about their summation. This is not Trey Reeves' mother. Stop sending me this, telling me that, showing me that you did not listen to the podcast. This is Crystal Muhammad. That is not Trey Reeves' mother. When information becomes available that is reliably sourced by people with direct involvement in the investigation or with the family that are on the record, like the Ben Crump website, I will bring that information to you, no matter where it leads or what it says. Now, you'll have the day you deserve. And stop doing this to that family.
Yeah. Stop doing that to this family. Hold on for a minute before um, Reese gives me a message to DJ out of here. GCPR. We'll catch you all tomorrow, and we'll be on another day of the shutdown here in America. Y'all have a good night. 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Same Wakanda station, and that's the same Black Panther time. Peace. Oh, I gotta make sure my remote is hitting the right buttons. There we go. So there we go, Reese. We clear here on GCPR. Yeah, I get tired. I'm tired of people spreading information that is unsourced, and Ben Crump's office is actually one of the lawyers on board. His law firm is on board with this case. Colin Kaepernick Initiative did the autopsy. The autopsy has been finished since the 27th of September, but they haven't finalized it. So there's no leaked anything from the autopsy. There's no leaked information. And my sources are dated October 6th. Go read it for yourself. But I get tired. It's like, how do you all follow information? Anytime you say an anonymous source, that's not a source. That's not a source. And don't call the anonymous source an activist, because activists are never anonymous. And when I see people making these videos and I know they're not going to go back at the end, you all remember all the videos on the young man in South Carolina that people out here talking about, oh, he didn't hang himself. There was some racist cop down the street from where he was parked, and that racist cop didn't walk into Walmart and buy the blue nylon string that he was found. The racist cop didn't give all of his money to one of the homeless men sitting outside the Walmart. And I want to say this, like I said, I don't know. I told you all my problem with this case in the beginning was that they ruled it a suicide so quickly. I did say that. I'm not going to follow incomplete station. I told you all that um, the initial autopsy presented by person I know their family that said that the autopsy that there were no broken bones and none of that. Um, there there probably will be some applicable bruising because prior to this, 2 or 3 days earlier, he had been in an altercation. But why would you all do that to this family? Why would you all do that to this family? That's what I don't understand. This family is going to have to deal with the death of their loved one, regardless of how it turns out. And then people like me tell me, well, you don't know what happened. No, I admit, I'm just willing to admit I don't know what happened. And until I do know what happened, I'm not going to be making videos telling you subjector on what I think. Because if you want me to be honest with you, I think this generation, black people, this generation, younger generation, those under the age of 25, um, I'm not going to act like we don't commit suicide. I'm not going to act like that. I know some of you all want to, but I'm also going to understand that for me and generations within the age of mine, Emmett Till was a thing in Mississippi. If we were going to unalive ourselves, I can't even, and I can't even say this. I don't know what it's like to be in that dark of a place that you try to take your life. So don't. I'm not offering any advice. I'm not making any statements to that. I am just. That's not me. I don't know. And saying that, even in those in our generation, it was just the idea of what hanging meant to us. And I don't think it's prevalent in this generation. If you, I don't. I don't. That same identification with lynchings that we grew up with, that we watched come of age in the 60s and 70s and 80s, it's not their story. They don't understand it in that same capacity. So I don't, and then I don't know the mind of somebody who thinks about um, unaliving themselves. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do. I've been in some of the darkest places in my life, and all I could think about was fighting. Hmm. The darkest places in my life, all I could think about was fighting. So that is my reality. And it's Petri sent me another story of a young man from Kansas City that was found in New Mexico. Um, the strange thing about that is that he had been cremated by the time his family saw it. I just want to say this. Hmm. I just want to say this. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. I've seen families that I knew their loved ones had killed themselves, unalived themselves, and I knew it for a fact that they had, but the family couldn't accept it because to accept that with a certain failure, you have to acknowledge, and most people want to live in denial. All right, your live contains themes that some might find uncomfortable and has been restricted. My live's been restricted, but my live has been restricted. Yeah. So, yep, they don't notify the family for over a year. I know, but I also read the story. I called somebody, and there's a reason for it. If you don't have, if you don't know who to contact, and like I say, I'm not even saying that. I just, I don't know. I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I can, and I keep it a lot to myself. I keep it a lot to myself because I know the family will only looking. I don't want to cause the family more harm. They have to deal with that. But trust me, if I find out anything differently, I don't just talk. I show up. Yeah. But remember the case in Mississippi? Case in Mississippi, Tyler, his mother, he was missing for over a year. Come to find out, the cop hit him the day he walked away from the home that they was in with. And the thing about that in Mississippi was the guy had a record. So you knew who the guy was, and his mother didn't find out he had been not only hit, killed, and buried before she even found out that he had been buried in Potter's Field. Yeah. Right. And I think that's what I know the signs. I come up in Mississippi and I know these signs. I know the difference between something hidden and something that maybe wasn't hidden, but people didn't know how to deal with. I know it's like when you come of age in Mississippi, you can smell racism. You can smell racism. You know how many times I've been to people that live in the Midwest or in the North or anywhere but the South, and they'll be saying, we don't have, they always start off with me when they meet, yeah, you don't have to worry about that racism here that you have worried about in Mississippi. Number one, I didn't worry about racism in Mississippi. I think people make these assumptions. That's why I don't do small talk, because some people always wind up insulting me in their quest to seem so with it. And I was like, what makes you think I'm worried about racism in Mississippi? I shoot people. I shoot. I wasn't worried about it. I acknowledge it happens, but I also acknowledge my privilege of being 6'4" and with an itchy trigger finger. I acknowledge that. So I'm not worried about it. I'm worried more for the races, but I'm not worried about it. But and then you'll be there and they'll tell you something like that, and you're sitting there, and within 5 minutes of meeting their next door neighbor, you know they're racist. Your next door neighbor is racist. Yeah. All right, Reese. Your next door neighbor is racist. The Midwest is one of the most racist places I've been to. Midwest. The Northwest has has a state called Oregon that was founded to be a whole sundown state. But I tell you, it's just like, and I can also tell that yes, some people don't, some black men are not equipped because they have been crippled to deal with racism. They are crippled to be. I've never met such a generation of young men who don't know how to fight. I mean, physical. I have never seen such a generation of black men that don't know how to physically fight. I said it. I said it. I don't. I don't. I don't even know. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about, yes, I am a martial arts trained. I have martial arts training. But to meet a generation of men that just doesn't know how to fight, I mean, I mean, I mean, where? I know. Do I sound like a old traditionalist? I grew up with people that knew how to fight. I mean, and I don't mean pull shirts over people's head. I mean throw haymakers. I mean knock people out. I be watching some of these videos and I be like, what are you all doing? What's taking so long? And I realize because nobody knows how to fight in the video. They just having a fight. They're not know how to fight. I can tell if people can fight by the way they walk. There's a certain way you walk. If you've ever seen me walk, you would understand what I mean. If you see anybody that can fight walk, notice the way they walk. And I'm gonna tell you, bigger people that don't rely on speed, don't apply this to them. Okay, don't apply this to them. But people that know that have a certain degree of fight, it's the way they walk on their feet, the way they carry themselves. They's always ready. Now, if you get someone big like my chief of security, yeah, don't try it. He relies on sheer power. Hey, and he can take a hit. So that's a whole different situation, okay? If you big like my chief of security, you can take a hit so you ain't got to learn defense. Yeah, you don't have to do so much defense when you're built like a tank. You built like a tank, you can take the blow and you act like it's kinetic energy and give it back. So yeah, he's always been big too. Even and he's always been big. I've hit his big ass in the neck. See, most people can't reach his neck. I'm hitting his big ass right across the Adam's apple. I'm gonna try a couple of blows, the pressure points. If that don't work, I can outrun him. I I know if that doesn't work, I can outrun. I'm even gonna pull my sword on him. That's my chief of security. I would pull my sword on him, but yeah, I shoot him in the pinky toe. I've had pointed things pulled on me, and they got kicked in the chest. I told you. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget, donations are open to help those who have to be homeless. Um, I have to also I have to do some other things. Note for overthrowing the foe. Get bigger sword. Yeah. All right. We're planning the next trip for those who have to be homeless right now. Until colonizers given the eternal dirt naps they deserve, they will continue unaliving us. No, no. Yeah, I believe that. Don't get me wrong. I'm a firm believer, and if you want to end racism, end racist. I'm with you 100%. But I also acknowledge that if we learn to fight back more efficiently, we can lessen the death they cause until we can start to get them to understand that coming at us will cost them 10 times more than they. We need to take the same lesson the United States told Japan. You might, because they were outnumbered. It's like for every one of us that die, 100 of you will die. I, I, I'm I, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. People need to get shot right in the neck. Did you all see? Hold on. We can't leave yet. Did you see the video I did? Did I show it last night? Did I show the video last night about the pastor that said black culture and we should die? Did I show that video last night? I think I did. I did. I didn't show the black. I didn't show the video last night of of the white pastor in Ogaden that said that black culture. Oh man, y'all gotta hold up then. Y'all gotta hold up. Hold hold the fuck up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Is this it?
Don't understand the connection that we have with the colored people. In other words,
Oh, hold on.
Peace,
I gotta
everybody.
find this
It's
video.
Mayor Brandon Scott. I've been debating
70 miles per hour. That's how fast.
Hey guys, JD Vance here. Just want to let you know that we are relaunching the VP's TikTok.
I want to be politically correct
Okay.
anymore.
Hold on.
And history will never forget that.
Hold on. You all gotta see this video before you all leave. This guy, this pastor, I thought I showed it last night. This pastor and um and Ogden. Oh, okay. All right. I was getting worried. I was like, I thought I showed. Did I show you all of what he said? Just in case, I'm gonna show it again. Just in case. Let's look at it again.
Whose man's is this? Whose man's is this?
This one.
I need one of you triple K, troglodytic, translucent, hyperallergenic to the sun, cave dwellers to come get your grand wizard, Brian Suave here. the pastor of the refugee church in Utah. Yeah, somebody needs to come get him before somebody goes and gets him, because talking out the side of your neck has penalties these days.
The characteristics that mark black culture as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people. They steal, they kill, they destroy, they look like Satan in how they act. They are sinful to the core. They have besetting sins that are like fatherlessness, sexual immorality. They molest children at a high rate. All of any criminal statistic that you could look at, almost pretty much without exception, they excel at them. Black culture.
Well, so the man married to his sister wife with their 7 children in Ogaden, Utah, is projecting. Yeah, must be projecting, because I know we're not just going to run past this stat when it comes to that offensive nature of white men to children, are we? I could go over the stats on white crime, but see, this isn't about facts. This is about bigotry and racism and those whose mentality houses it. Oh, and this snow sloth is not done, because he had more to say about what should happen to black ghetto culture.
Population, yeah. So if you take that, and then you took a law like Deuteronomy 21, which is a just law that God enacted through Moses. The law was that if you had a rebellious son, you have a child they're coming up into their manhood and they're rebellious, they don't listen. He lists some characteristics, and even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He says the fathers to bring them out into the town square. This is a rebellious son, and then they stone him to death. They kill him.
And an armed robber would certainly be one of those.
Oh, absolutely. Armed robber, all the ghetto culture.
Violent crimes.
Basically, take ghetto culture, it would describe this to a T. If you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime would you have in the 3rd and 4th generation? Much less.
Just to wipe out 3 generations of black people, huh?
3 generations of black people you're talking about killing. I want you to understand this, and understand it well, especially those of you all who have adopted the religion of the oppressor. Pastor Brian Suave here meant everything he said, literally. Yeah, you all can go and say, well, he was talking figuratively in a biblical sense. Isn't the Bible where they get their moral compass from? Yeah, he meant what he said. He was basically saying the only good black person or rocket raccoons are those who are in service to swallowing the glizzy of white supremacy. Everybody else needs to be stoned. And that's why I will treat anybody with that mentality, or anybody who follows people with that mentality, as the enemy, and I won't be turning my back on them. And if they knew what was good for them, they should never turn their back on me either. Now, y'all have the day you deserve, and may the ancestors judge you accordingly to your actions.
And there you have it. And there you have it. Yeah, and just in case, I mean, I have the whole video where he's talking, because people talk about, cutting videos. I don't cut. I don't have to cut videos. I go with what you said. There's no What context can you give me for anything he said? How could I take anything he said out of context? Yeah, but and that's it. I'm gonna tell you, I get tired of people thinking they only made one. They made one pew pew. Like there's only one gun out there. All the guns belong to white people. Yeah, I'm tired. Just like you told you, if I wouldn't have talking to you all when I got that alert, I'd have been at the front door. I'd been at the front door. And if the and listen, and if the crumb snatchers were here instead of with their mother tonight, number one, I would have ended the live and been at the front door. Listen, or I would have left live. I'd have just been here trying to figure out where did TNathan go. Yeah, y'all have just been here trying to figure out where TNathan went. But it is what it is. Um, yeah. Now that y'all seen that, what's up, Theo? What's up? It is what it is. I finished Chapter House at the Brian. I mean, the sequels Worth reading? Okay. All right. I'll take that into account. I have some new books. I have some new books. All right. Anything else for me? Can we get out of here? I go try to find some ice cream. What is open this time of night? I ain't going nowhere. Listen, what's open this time of night? I don't know what they talking. They must want Sonic. They want slushies. Now they know how to get me too. They know how to get me. They like, we want something to drink. So I'm going out to rob somebody. Oh, I haven't finished all the sequels, but you're talking about no what? No, I'm a pushover. You know I'm a pushover at this one. You know the let's see. I haven't finished all the sequels on. No, I haven't. I have. I have not. I need to end it. I need a librarian. I need a librarian to um chapter chapter house was like what 1985. That was 1985, wasn't it? So I told you the white worm is my favorite, and it's Frank Miller, not Brian. Shut up. I think white worm is my favorite one. Have you watched the series? Have you watched the newest series on Doom? Chapter House is the last one, and it's the one I haven't. Wait a minute. I think I have. What is it? Six ones? I think I have read all six of them. I thought I have. I need a librarian to come down and index my books for me. Oh, I might be safe. I think the big crumb snatcher just came in. All right, you all. Let me get out of here. You know I got to go investigate what in the hell going on. What the hell is going on? The big crumb snatcher here now, so you know I got to investigate. Yeah, got to go intercept him. All right, you all have a good one. Chief of Security, I'm about to call you. I'm about to call my Chief of Security too. All right, y'all have a good one. Uh, Let me log out. Hey, you too. We out of here.